Now from the windy city of Chicago, baseball from beautiful Wrigley Field. Tonight, game 2 of this 3-game series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Ken Charles, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. What's your take on him, Dan?
Yeah, Matt, he wasn't particularly good in his last one. He only pitched into the 3rd inning, but fortunately the teammates scored some runs and he was able to come away with a no decision. This guy's a much better pitcher than that, and he's going to need to pitch a lot better in this one.
So striding in, Charlie Ortiz. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Swung on, and this ball is hammered. Forget about it. Into the bleachers and gone. So a solo home run here on just the 2nd pitch of the ball game. Number 18 for him on the campaign, and the Cardinals move out in front 1-0.
Baseball has really changed. Remember when leadoff guys were guys that would just draw walks and steal bases? But that's not the case anymore. Guys like this, they have pop in their bat and they can go deep.
Digging in, the switch hitter, King Bishop, watches fully in effect these days as he's potentially closing in on a historic triple crown. He leads all 3 categories. From the stretch, here's the pitch. A fastball that finds the outside corner. And fellas, we take a look at the Redbirds entering play here tonight. Now, they've been on a pretty good roll of late. Winners of 7 of their last 8 ball games.
Matty, this team is oozing confidence right now. They were playing well coming into this game. And what do? Right out of the chute, top of the first throw, 3 spot up on the board. They got the opposition on their heels.
Behind 0-2 now. Working for the punch out and the offering. And he fouls this one off. The next 0-2. All over that one, but a little out in front. Foul ball.
Hey, I don't mind you throwing a fastball in this situation, but I think if we're being honest with ourselves, that one caught a little bit too much of the plate.
Here comes another 0-2. That fastball straightens him up a bit. 1-2 now.
This kind of hitter right here, we call this guy a grinder. What are grinders? They just kind of foul off some good pitches. They lay off the pitches just off the plate. This is every pitcher's nightmare, a guy that's up there with a plan and not just up there swinging at anything that you throw towards home plate.
Now a throw over to first, and the runner back easily. He'll try again. 1-2. Started to chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. And he lays off a pitch off the plate and high. 3-2.
I don't even think I need to look in the dugout on this one. I think it's safe to assume he's going to be running. Too good a hitter at the plate not to think he's going to put the ball in play.
Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted high and deep into the bleachers and gone. So it's a 2-run shot to right center, his 73rd round tripper of the year, and the Cubs have made this a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, and that's what you call a dream scenario or an absolute nightmare, depending on your viewpoint. A power pitcher on the bump and a power hitter at the plate. A plus B equals see you later. It's simple math, folks.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. King Bishop, he hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat.
Yeah, man, this guy flexed his muscles in that last at-bat. We heard that he has good power. That last bomb had to go well over 400 feet. He hit it a long way.
He's set, and the pitch. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul. Oh, 1, here's the pitch. Pitch out, nothing doing. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Gary Simmons.
Dero, this Gary Simmons, he's the kind of umpire that pitchers really like to throw to.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, though, Dan. You want to go east-west, I'll make the adjustment. It's the north-south that'll kill you.
And a half swing here, but he pretty clearly went around, and it's 1-2 now. De La Rosa, the runner at first with 2 gone. In tight with the slider, 2-2. The 2-2 is taken, but called strike 3, as he might have gotten a little extra off the plate that time. Cubs strand 1. Still a 3-2 ball game. Ready to take his hacks again, Kevin Thatcher, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up. Into the windup, here comes the 2-2 pitch. High and deep to right center. Bishop is in pursuit. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. So in now for Chicago. King, Bishop, 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike.
These are huge innings for a team's morale. The pitcher wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up and get the boys back swinging the bats again with a chance to capitalize and even extend this current lead.
0-1 count, and the pitch. Missed with a slider. Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch. And that one just missed outside.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone. And with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
The 2-1 home. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. And the run is in to score from second. It's now a 5-4 ball game.
Hey, with that base hit right there, that's his 3rd run batted into the game.
Yeah, he's the reason, Dan, they're even in this one to begin with. He's kept his team together with a great approach, finding his 3rd RBI of the day.
Ready for another shot now, Nick Williams, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Now the payoff pitch home. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. 1 run will score easily. Here's the second runner around third. And it's not in time. He's safe as they take the lead with 2 runs scoring on the play.
Well, maybe the tables have turned a bit. Earlier in the game, the pitcher had his way with him, but he wins the battle this time and in a big way. 2 runs on the board as the...
Ready once again, Raymond Lee. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
So make it 2 hits for him now on the night as this one finds its way into center. And you see there on the lower part of your screen, his total places him 3rd best on this Cardinals ball club. Stepping in for the Cardinals, Chad Wallach.
Now batting, catcher, Chad Wallach.
Looking to leave him loaded. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Bishop giving chase. He's got it, and they get out of the jam unscathed. 3 left for St. Louis. They're down 2, 7-5. King Bishop will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. First pitch coming. Here it is. Fouled away.
That fastball must have a little late life on it, because that was right in the wheelhouse, and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
The 0-1 pitch. Behind 0-2 now. Seven runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Cubs to this point. Now a breaking ball runs in on him as he's got to get his hands out of the way on that pitch.
Those 0-2 curveballs are really tough for guys to lay off. There's a reason it's such a common pitch in that count, but he did well to spit on it there.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Smoked the other way, high and deep to left. Lima going back, still going back. This one's into the bleachers and gone. A solo shot here to left, his 2nd home run of the game as they open up an 8-5 lead.
That's one of those pitches you wish you could take back as soon as it leaves your hand. But guess what? There are no delete or rewind buttons in baseball. That's a mistake, and it was a good job by...
So digging in now, King Bishop. He'll look to keep it going. 3 for 4 so far in the ball game.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at bat, his 2nd home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully in this AB.
Here comes the first pitch. And that one stayed too low, apparently. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage of it.
You know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
Line drive to center field. And this will be pulled in just in front of the warning track for the first out. Sometimes we use the phrase runs coming at a premium, but it's fair to say that none of us will be saying that tonight as we check out our line score. Neither.
Well, this game had its moments, but it got out of hand pretty quick. Always nice when you can coast to a 6-run win. Save your closer for another day and let everyone in on the action.
11-5, the final tally in this one. The Cubs posted 11 runs on the scoreboard when it was all said and done. Raul Villegas earns the victory out of the bullpen, his 5th. Luis Santana allowed 7 earned runs to cross the plate in the losing effort. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. From my partner. Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. Cubs baseball starts right now. Garrett Cordero will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
One of the keys to look for with this guy this afternoon, he's had a really difficult time getting people out with runners in scoring position. Over 300 average against coming into this start. He's really struggled when there's been traffic on the bases, and this is something he's going to have to clean up.
Bishop will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first. Now a chance to look at the starting nine for the visiting St. Louis Cardinals. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, one thing's for sure, they love what Mookie Betts brings to their offense. He's got over 1,000 RBIs. He's already proved he's a clutch hitter. He knows how to drive in big runs when it counts.
Stepping into the box, King. Bishop watches fully in effect these days as he's potentially closing in on a historic triple crown. He leads all three categories. First pitch coming. Here it is. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball one. Dan, D-Row, we take a look at this Cardinals ball club as they enter play this afternoon. Despite the loss last time out, they've been in a real good groove lately. Victorious in 7 of their last 9.
Yeah, Matty, this is the big one right here. They've split the first 2 games.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. 3 up. Digging in for his second at-bat, Scott Hines. He drew a walk his first time up.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
I mean, that fires me up right there. Opposite field knock, and in today's game, wherever...
Digging in to try it again, King. Bishop, he got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First delivery to him on the way. Squared that one up just a little late. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love it. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
Lays off the slider that time. 2-1.
Wow, that was a decent breaking ball right there, but that's just a pitch that's a little easier to lay off of when you're opposite-handed, opposite bat. You could see the sweep of the ball coming right into you. That was a great take.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here now the 2-2. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. And you see it there on your screen. Strikeout number 100 for him on the year, and that ain't bad. And now the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Kevin Thatcher. He singled his last time up.
Thatcher.
And there's a base hit on the line.
Boy, D-Row, that's awful scary from a pitcher's standpoint, but what's it feel like when you hit one as a hitter that you know is going right at a pitcher?
Yeah, it's scary from the offensive standpoint as well. You know, you're taught to hit it right back where it came from, but those moments right there make you cringe as you're coming out of the box. We got lucky with that.
Digging in once again, Mookie Betts. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Swung on and hammered. No doubt about this one. Watch it fly into the bleachers and gone. So a 3-run shot to right center field, and even 20 home runs for him now thus far. And with it, the Cardinals have increased their lead 4-0.
It looked like he might just work out of that inning, only giving up a single run. But it all comes crashing down on that mistake. Nothing like a 3-run bomb.
The next Cub up, King Bishop 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
Bishop.
He's set. Here it comes. And there's one he'd like to have over again. Missed high with the slider.
This is a big out to get right here. This is their best hitter. He's a great hitter, and he's a guy that kind of spark plug. He gets this team going. So if I'm on the mound right now, you really want to try to get this guy out to hopefully keep them from getting a potential big inning started.
A 2-ball, no strike count to the Cubs center fielder. Hit sharply on the ground. Hines is up with it, and that's out number 1. Now at the plate, Chad Wallach, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. Line drive to center field. Bishop is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. Then it remains a 4-3 game. Digging in, King Bishop. He's hitless coming into this at-bat, so the hit streak he's been riding is on the line here.
Yeah, he's up in the double digits with it. You know, he wants to keep it going as long as possible, but this very well could be the last chance to do that.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit hard to the right side. And that's through for this first base hit in this one. Cutting it close here, but he comes through in the 8th to extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he was staring at his last at-bat right there, or probably his last at-bat. Would have been tough to get him another AB in this one, but he's able to get it done.
Hey, better late than never, and I'm sure when he walked into that batter's box right there, he's thinking, this very well could be my last AB of this game, so if I'm going to keep this streak alive, I'm going to have to do it right now.
Possible tying and go-ahead runs on base, nobody out.
Come on!
Drilled right back up the middle. There's one. On to first, a double play.
It's hard to do anything with a pitch like that that's below the zone, and if you do anything with it, most of the time, this will be the result, a double play on a good pitch down in the zone.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Charlie Ortiz.
Center fielder.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Hit in the air toward the gap in right center. After it is Williams, but he's not going to get there, and he's headed for extra bases again. Around second now, and they still haven't flagged this one down. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
Yeah, everyone knows this guy's been having a great year at the plate, but he's not exactly a gazelle on the bases. But he turns on the jets here and makes it all the way to third. He might need an off. Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
5-3, the final.
receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
We are set to bring you baseball from one of the crown jewels of the sport, venerable Wrigley Field in Chicago. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. It's Cubs baseball on the show next. Philip Park is on the mound for the Cubs in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
If you want to pick up a win as a starting pitcher, you have to go 5 innings to get the win, and that's just what he did the last one. I'm sure he'd like to be out there for a little bit longer in this one.
Runners off for second. He jumps on this one. It's high and deep to center. Bishop going back. And he makes a nice catch on the track as that ends the inning. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. Milwaukee leads it 1-0. In now, King. Bishop watches fully in effect these days as he's potentially closing in on a historic triple crown. He leads all 3 categories. First pitch on its way. A high fastball is in there. And guys, we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight. They've come in losers of 7 of their last 10 games, but did earn the victory last time out.
All right, Matty, they show up for game 1 of this road trip. They have to find a way to play a little bit better baseball. Coming off a recent homestand where they were only able to squeak out 3 wins, but at the end of the day, the way this team's been playing, 3 wins is a significant positive. So let's see how game 1 of this road trip treats them.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end the inning. Cubs are down in order. They're on the short end of a 1-0. Digging in now for the Brewers, Ed Skaggs. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. Swing and a little blooper to center. And that'll get down for a base hit. Good work in a pitcher's count to get on base and keep the inning alive. Now at the plate, King. Bishop. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Bishop bats left but throws right and stands in at 6'3". He was a 24th round selection during the first-year player draft of 2018.
What an absolute steal. I mean, this guy has gotten a lot of people some big raises in the organization. To be drafted as low as he was and turned himself into one of the biggest superstars in our sport. I am very impressed with what this guy's been able to accomplish.
The 1-2. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. 1 out, nobody on. The 1-2. Pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Benintendi going back on it at the track, the wall, into the bleachers, and gone. A solo shot here to left. Number 75 on this great season. And the Cubs move out ahead 2-1. So we'll take one more look. And boy, he just continues to hit the ball out of the ballpark at an alarming rate. What a year. So stepping in, Nicholas Castellanos, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. The 1-2. Line, but speared on a hop. Throw in time at first for route number 2.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
Now batting, King Bishop. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Well, Matt, this is one of the problems. This guy's a good fastball, particularly low fastball hitter. It doesn't matter how hard or how low you throw it. That's right into this wheelhouse. What you want to do with this guy is move the ball from the belt up to get him to chase something that maybe he'll pop up in the infield.
1 ball, no strikes, the count. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. That's inside. 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch.
Oh, move it.
A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. So he continues to hit the ball well. His second hit of the ball game, and he's aboard on the leadoff single as we take a look at the league leaders in hitting. And as you can see there, he in fact leads the NL in that category. Up next will be Nick Williams. It was a walk in his last trip.
Right fielder, Nick Williams.
Here's the 3-0. And he takes ball 4 again. And they clearly just don't want any part of him in this one.
And with the bases empty, you don't feel bad about walking that guy. He's capable of taking deep every time he digs in, so it's not the worst thing in the world to work around him if you can.
Stepping in, Caden Rosado. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Working for the punch out, and the
way to go. You're here.
Bouncer up the middle. He's got it. And whoa, almost a disaster as the tag at first saves the throwing error, but meanwhile the run. Nick Castellanos now.
Next for Milwaukee, right fielder, Nick Castellanos.
From the belt, kicks and deals. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Bishop moves over, makes the catch, but the breaks for home. The throw to the plate. And he is safe at the plate as he's across to make this a 4-2 game now.
Man, this is a spot where you really want to get greedy as a hitter. Bases loaded, nobody out. You're hoping for that big swing of the bat. What does he get? A sacrifice fly, and only 1 run scores. I'm sure he wanted more, but he's not going to complain about the
King Bishop will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line hard, but foul. We're in the 6th inning now of a 4-2 ball game. And it's fouled away. Norman might try to make a play on it. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. The 1-2. And he fouls this one off.
He's just having a hard time putting this guy away. 4 foul balls in this AB. I don't think this pitcher has got something that he can get a swing and a miss on.
Checked his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Ball 2. The 2-2. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul at home plate.
You can visibly see the body language of this guy on the mound is completely changed during this at bat. 6 foul balls has to be completely frustrating him that he can't put him away.
Fouled away.
I didn't realize the pitcher and the hitter were being so charitable today, giving away 7 free souvenirs to the fans. This is one of those epic at bats. Everyone wins.
Here now the 2-2. A shot to first base and caught there to end the inning. So they go quietly here in this half inning. 7th inning coming up. The Cubs lead this one 4-2. Next for Milwaukee, John Borman. He's hitless coming into this at-bat, so the hit streak he's been riding is on the line here.
Yeah, he's up in the double digits with it. You know, he wants to keep it going as long as possible, but this very well could be the last chance to do that.
Getting late, 4-2 our score as we play the 8th inning. And the 1-1 is in the air now out to center. Bishop moves over, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Gone in order are the Brewers. They trail it here 4-2. Coming to the plate now, King. Bishop. He's got an opportunity here in a bases-loaded situation. It seems like the right man for the job.
I'd say so. He's the team leader in RBIs. Time for the right man in the right spot.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Check swing called strike. 0-1. 4 runs, 10 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies.
Oh, round it. Find the ball. Round it. Pick up the ball.
And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Cubs wind up leaving them loaded as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. Welcome back to Major League Baseball on the show. Great to have you with us from Chicago as the 9th is now in the box. Ed Skaggs. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. Ripped toward the gap in right. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And he is into second with a double, his 3rd hit of the night.
Well, the pitcher gives up the double. He can't do anything about that now. He just needs to put it behind him and focus on the man at the plate. If he takes care of him, the game is over. On the other hand, if he gives up a bomb, this thing is tied. It's getting a little dicey. Well, no surprise that he's able to close the deal here. That's career save number 150. And in today's game, where the closer's job is seemingly always up for grabs, that's pretty impressive.
4-2 the final score tonight. The Chicago Cubs led this game from the 3rd inning on and never wavered. Now baseball under the lights of Wrigley Field in Chicago. Tonight, game 2 of this 3-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. It's Cubs baseball next on the show. Lucas Giolito is the man towing the rubber for the Cubs in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Kind of a strange outing in his last one, Matt. Was able to pitch into the 6th inning. Wasn't able to complete the inning. It kind of got away from him in the 6th. It'll be interesting, Matt, to see how he bounces back in this one.
Into the box, Ed Skaggs. He drove in one of their 2 runs in last night's ball game. Lifted in the air to center. Bishop moves over, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. And a look now at the batting order for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, Matty, how about Andrew Benintendi? He's hitting over .330 on the season. And when you think about that, that's basically...
Digging in now, King Bishop. It was a 2-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game. Now here's the pitch. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. And guys, we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight. They came out on the losing end last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
Yeah, guys, dropping yesterday was a heartbreaker without question. But you know what? You find a way. You show up to the yard today, you get out of the cab, and you watch countless hours of video, and you try and formulate a game plan to get this back to 500. 1-1 to start the road trip, and you're moving in the right direction.
Into center field, line drive, base hit. He has success with 2 out, and the bottom of the 1st stays moving.
Hey guys, he was obviously trying to bury that slider down and in. Nice execution by the batter right there, keeping his hands inside and fighting it off for a nice base hit.
Up next will be Nick Williams. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Bishop leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Runner goes. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And no throw, in fact, as he'll just hang on to it. Swing and a ground ball to third. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 1 left for the Cubs, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. At the plate, King Bishop. He reached on a single in his first try.
King Bishop.
First delivery to him on the way. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Oh, and he's finding his groove out there now. It's 0-2.
Hey, this boy ain't messing around right now. Attacking his zone, showing a lot of confidence in his stuff. He's got 2 quick outs, and now he's got this guy down 0-2.
To 1-2 now. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there. Fight for another pitch.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Nick Williams would be next. Now the 3-2 pitch. Lifted the other way to left center. Samuels calls for it. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Now to the plate, Ed Skaggs. He flew out in his last at-bat.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
High in the air out to center field. Bishop is there, and he has it for the first out. Digging in, Chris Cutler.
Now batting, center fielder, Chris Cutler.
Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Into the bleachers and gone. So a 2-run shot to left center, number 21 for him on the season, as the Brewers have now taken a 4-0 lead.
Well, there's an old saying that the harder you throw, the farther it goes. How about this? Good fastball, and this ball is absolutely tattooed. See you later.
Standing in, King Bishop, 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Bishop.
Here comes the first pitch. A fastball that just misses inside.
This is a big out to get right here. This is their best hitter. He's a great hitter, and he's a guy that kind of spark plug. He gets this team going. So if I'm on the mound right now, you really want to try to get this guy out to hopefully keep them from getting a potential big inning started.
A ball and a strike now. The 1-1 home is looked at off the plate for a ball. The 2-1 is swung on and missed for strike number 2. Here now the 2-2. And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. Now the 3-2 pitch.
Well, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it.
Jenkins comes up with it. He'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Pretty painless half of the inning all told. We're through 6 full. It's the Brewers 4 and the Cubs nothing. Settling in now, King Bishop. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Cubs strand 1. They trail here 4-0. Back here in Chicago with a great view of down. 4-0 the score tonight. Milwaukee rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Robert Gonzalez earned his 9th win of the year. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching. Now from the windy city of Chicago, baseball from beautiful Wrigley Field. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. Going to be an interesting contrast in styles in this one, as one of baseball's hardest throwers goes head-to-head with a top finesse arm. Next, Blake Snell gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that is a little bit up and down throughout points of his career. A career ERA just over 4. When he's good, he can be really good. And when he's bad, well, let's just say he can be pretty bad at times. But it'll be interesting to see which one we see. He's a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. Hopefully he's going to be a little bit more Jekyll than Hyde in this one here today.
Striding into the box, King Bishop watches fully in effect these days as he's potentially closing in on a historic triple crown. He leads all 3 categories. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. Dan Dero, these Brewers, as they begin play here this afternoon, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, Matty V. And you know what, Dero, this is when you really get tested. They call it the dog days of August for a reason. When you're struggling like this team is right now, the games get long, the schedule gets long, and you start looking forward towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but you got to find a way, Dan. You know as well as I do. You got to look in the mirror. You're playing for way more, especially the way this team is underachieved. You got to keep grinding. You got to find a way.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Cubs are down in order. Next for Milwaukee, Basil Lutz. He did not play last night, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one. The windup and the 0-1. Oh, this ball is hammered to deep center field. That's out of here as it trims the bushes. So it's a solo shot to dead center. 7 home runs for him on the year now. As the Brewers get on the board first, it's 1-0.
Wow, that's what a pitcher gets for not putting what he thought was a bad call in the rearview mirror. I think he was still fuming and didn't get the pitch where he wanted it. The result? A reason to be even more mad.
Ready for another chance? King Bishop. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Here's the first pitch to him. And it's fouled away. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. Jenkins is under it, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. It remains 1-0. Digging in to try it again, Andrew Benintendi. He'll match up with Blake Snell now to lead off the inning. Set to deal on 2-2. Lifted in the air out to center field. Bishop will wait on it. 1 down. Ready once again, King Bishop. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point.
King Bishop.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
What a well-executed pitch right there. Just a little bit off the corner right there. Got a great hitter to go a little bit outside his zone.
Fouled off. Borman might try to make a play on it. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Well, now that we're midway through this one, it's safe to say that runs have been at a premium, and both starters doing it in different ways have turned in excellent performances.
Dan, you could speak to this. Obviously, 2 different ways to skin a cat. One's a finesse guy, working all 4 quadrants, keeping guys off balance. The other a flamethrower coming right at you.
Yeah, it's been a story of like two different styles of pitchers, but both getting the same thing, both throwing strikes early, keeping the ball down in the zone. As you touched on it, there's more than one way to get around through a lineup, and we've seen one guy with power and one guy do it with more skill and finesse. Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
The 3-2 pitch. And he fouls this one off. The next 3-2. And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close, so I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
Ready for another shot now, Nick Williams. He got under one and popped out his last time up.
Come on, come on, come on,
Gonna be a tough play to second for 1, but no real shot at 2 as he's safe easily at first.
Well, that's usually a pretty tough turn at second when you're going around the horn, and I think he...
Digging in now for the Brewers, Tommy Jenkins. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Bishop has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out. 8th inning now from Wrigley. Cubs lead in front of their home faithful as you get a look at the line score to see how we got to this point. Riding in once again, King. Bishop, 4th trip to the plate for him, and he's at risk of ending that nice hitting streak that he's put together.
Yeah, chances are it's on his mind, Matt, but you just have to let that get out of the way as best you can. You have to approach this at bat just like any other. Otherwise, you're just getting in your own way.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2. As we head into the later innings in this game, I think it's safe to say that both starters have given their teams a great chance to win here today.
Wow, D-Row, we've seen one power pitcher, one finesse guy, but both of them on point. 2 different ways to get through a lineup, and both of them have worked.
Yeah, Dan, tip of the cap to both starters, right? 2 different ways. The power guy was on top of his game. Not really mincing much, just coming right down the throat of these offensive players.
Hey, one of the keys to having a good record in baseball is to win some games at home. So this was a big win to win at home in front of their home crowd.
Now from Citi Field in Flushing, New York, we welcome you to another edition of baseball on the show. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. Stay tuned for Mets baseball coming up next. Carson Fulmer, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, this guy's had a really solid season, and what shows me that more than anything, solid 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, and if he continues to do that, he'll pitch really well in this one.
Digging in the switch hitter, King Bishop. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Here's the first pitch to him. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1. Fellas, these Mets, as they enter play here tonight, they come in scuffling a bit of late, just 2-4 over their last 6 games.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way to be a little bit realistic. You're not going to win every ball game. So they lost last game.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Cubs are down in order. And now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score. Stepping in and ready for another shot, King Bishop. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. Here comes the first pitch. Hit out towards second. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit. So a base hit for him has him aboard to start out their half of the 4th as we take a look at the league leaderboard in hits. And as you can see there, he in fact leads the NL in that category. Digging in for his second at-bat, Nick Williams. He popped out in his first trip. Leadoff man aboard here in a 1-1 ball game. This is line to left. That's his first base hit, make him 1 for 2 now.
That's the cat and mouse of the game right there. You find yourself count leverage. You think you're getting a heater. He throws an off-speed pitch and you're still able to execute. That fires me up right there.
Now to the plate, Caden Rosado. He flew out in his last at-bat. 1 run, 4 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies.
Dig, run it up,
Right here. Scooped up to second for 1. On to first, and they get the double play.
Oh, that's a rally killer right there. They were in great shape with 2 on and nobody out. But the double play is the last thing you want in that situation. Just a runner at third now, but there's 2 outs.
At the plate, Wilson Contreras, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. The 2-2 hit toward the right side. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1 left for the Cubs. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, tied 1-1. Into the box, King Bishop. He singled his last time up.
King Bishop.
Here's the first pitch to him. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. One run, 5 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Roll right back at him, and it hit him. Nice recovery play to get the second out, but we'll have to make sure he's okay on the mound. And now they'll hustle out there and attend to their pitcher, and that was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee. But if there's one thing I know about this guy, he will not want to come out of this game, and from all indications it looks like he's going to try to continue. Digging in once again, King. Bishop in a big at-bat in this one. 2 on, 2 away here in the 8th. First offering on its way. Fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1.
This is a critical point right here. Things are in danger of getting away from him a little, so we'll see how he deals with it.
And he comes back with one in there for a high strike. The 1-1 is a fastball that misses.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Missed with a slider. The 3-1. And that misses for ball 4. So the potential go-ahead run moves over to third now.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
Up next will be Nick Williams. He's got the bases loaded now and a chance to really do some damage.
And he's one of those guys that they really rely on to come through in spots like this, Matt. Second on the team and runs batted in.
Barter, the runner at third. Russell over at second. Bishop on at first with 2 down.
Come on, get here.
Fielded cleanly.
Keep going.
It's thrown away at second. 1 run scores. They'll add a big insurance run here as the runner scores from second. It's now 3-1.
Errors are going to happen even at this level, but you'd like to limit them to times when they don't hurt you too much. Well, so much for that. The error brings 2 runs across the plate, so that did really sting.
So in now for Chicago, Caden Rosado. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Ready on 1 and 2. And this is sliced hard down the left field line. And this will find its way to the 335 sign. 1 run is scored. Here's a second runner around third. And he's in there safely as 2 runs come across to score away from the play. Leading off the inning, Ricky Wiley, and they'll need him to get something going here.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some.
Belted high and deep into right center. Bishop going back on it. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Into the box now, King. Bishop, as the switch hitter, will take his cuts left-handed here.
And this is the side of the plate this guy loves to hit at. Hitting over 350 left-handed, hitting against right-handed pitching.
And with first base open, it looks as though they'll go after the next guy with the force at any base now in order and 2 men gone.
Oh, that's a walk that could really change the complexion of the game. With the bases loaded, if he gives up a base hit right here, it could get real ugly.
Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Nick Williams. He reached base on an error and later came around to score last time up. Skied in the air to straightaway left. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. 2 hits in the inning lead to a run for Chicago. Heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Cubs 6 and the Mets 3.
Yeah, that's what you want to do when you're playing on the road. Take it right to the home squad and get a win. Now the pressure is off. If they get one of the next 2, the series is theirs.
And tonight's comes to an end, 6-3 the final. The Cubbies came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Jose Santiago earns the victory out of the bullpen, number 10 on the year. Johnny Hager earns the save out of the bullpen, his 48th of the season. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation.